Oh. Hello, everybody. Oh, there we go. Hello. Let's turn the music a little bit more. Hey, it's me. I haven't been around for a bit, huh? Oops. Yeah, I'm back. Hi, Ginger. I'm sorry I was gone for so long, everybody. Well, I decided I was gonna take a week off after Olympia because I was super tired, just like so sleepy. And then I caught a fucking cold! And I was sick with sinus issues for a whole week. And I've just now gotten over it mostly, but I'm back now. Hi, I adjusted. I don't even think okay, I changed the filters a little bit on my voice, so hopefully I sound a little clearer and a little nicer. A lot's happened in the last week. I bought Skate Story, so we can play Skate Story. That's the one where we were gonna skate so hard we eat the moon. I really wanted to play that, so I bought it. All other things I got on the Steam Summer Sale, I also picked up the Seance of Blake Manor, which I really wanted to play because it's like a scary mystery detective game. And I got Dungeon Bodega Simulator because I was obsessed last time I played the demo. I got so many demos downloaded too, so we have to have a demos night sometime soon. But first things first, I think we should continue playing the game that we started but didn't finish some weeks ago. Sorry if I sound congested today. We're gonna play some Paranormasight. We haven't played in a hot minute. I think I was playing with a controller. I can't remember. Let me grab it. Sorry, I have to clear my throat. Game capture. I haven't streamed in like a month. Forgive me as I remember how to stream. Oh no, I have an outline. Let me see if I can fix that. Nope. Nope. Can't seem to get if I up both of these. Nope. That's fine. I'm just gonna have a little line around me. Unless I make myself entirely transparent. That won't be the end of the world. It'll be fine. How has everybody been? As I've been gone for so long. I've been really good, other than having a cold so bad that I couldn't stream or do much of anything for like 2 weeks. Hold on. I think I know something's wrong. Give me 2 seconds. I know exactly what happened. It's flickering on my screen. I don't know if you guys are having this issue. But I think VSync is acting up. A quick recap? Come on, open up. Oh god. My internet down? No, it's fine. Why won't it open? Okay, sorry, I'm trying to get the VSync turned off, but for some reason I can't seem to open up the program. Maybe if I run it as an administrator, it'll work. Come on! Even if failing at making a Pac-Man pattern? See, right now, completely black screen. It's flickering. Something awful. Gaming. Vertical refresh. Where is it? Off. FreeSync. There it is. Wait a second. Is it specified for which screen? Because if it's specified for screens, it'll keep flickering. I think I got it. Okay. I found it unusually noisy. There's a big group of people in police for the school. Recap. We're investigating the 7 mysteries of Honjo. There are actually 9. Everybody who interacts with the area of the mystery gets a little totem that represents their curse. And then they can kill people. And if they kill enough people, they get a wish, I think. No, they can bring someone back from the dead, because it's the rite of resurrection. Yako here is one of the curse bearers. Let me go here. Story chart. Oh, no. Shoko's dead. Yoko is alive. Harui is one of our people. She's got the clappers. So she could kill people because her son died. She wants to bring back her son. This is her son that's dead. This is a pretty detective man that's helping her. And we got detective man that does the kissing mouse all the time. His detective assistant, June. We got the big guy who died, who kind of looks like The Rock, if you squint. Yako is our high school student. Mio, who's our, like, she, like, knows a lot about spirits and such. Michio is dead. They want to bring her back. Hitomi is a rebel. She just sort of hangs out and is a rebel. I think we saw her with somebody at the school? Maybe? With this guy, who's perhaps a pervert. And this guy, who I think is a serial killer, come back. He only has been here for 6 months. There was a serial killer. Hideki is a history researcher. He also has a curse. But his stone was stolen by the cop, so he can't kill anybody. This is another curse bearer. We've got his curse stone. Ayame, we don't have hers. She pisses me off because she just wants to use it to revive some old dude who died years and years ago. Very selfish. This guy works for a rich woman. This is the former sex. This is the this guy's the serial killer, and this guy's a mystery, but I like him quite a bit. Okay, that's a recap of the characters. Let's continue. I think somebody died last chapter with them, so that's probably why. Oh, I didn't even plug in my. I'll just click. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. I don't remember anyone's voices. Well, most people's. I'm just gonna give Yakko my voice. It'll be fine. Thanks. I feel like the mouth is the hard part of the Pac-Man. You could maybe do like a circle and then like fill in the mouth area with black, but I don't know if that would work. This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Mr. Gianluigi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. The mouth is the hard part? Yeah, I assume so. I guess you'd need something stiff to make it, like, stay open. I didn't know this either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that the number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way. Why? Could it be because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Gianluigi's body was in the middle of the grounds, but his body was covered in bruises like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Oh! I bet. That's how, the other high schooler died. Weird. Take into account his natural death and the timing, it's all very likely to have something to do with curse. I've had a look at my curses. My curses. Beast of Shadows. Oh, my curse stones. Got a pretty good collection. I'm only missing 3. Which one do I think it is? I think it's, it's not the clappers. Where is it? Oh, it must be one of the ones I don't have. Or maybe it is? It's one of the ones that I have the real story for. This one's a fire-based. The Evergreen Beach, we know, hangs people. The giant foot. One-sided reed. That's not it. The beckoning light? Yes, here it is. Kills by fatal fall one who hears his music for 30 seconds without seeing the curse bearer. There it is. Obio. But who has... what was that one? But which one has the Fool's Procession? Who has that one? I guess we don't know. We never really learned who had it, did we? Because, where is he? Oh, this guy is the guy who's dead. He has the lantern. He has the foot washing mansion. So he doesn't have, the music one. We're keeping an eye out for the music one. You're saying someone used their curse on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? That's so scary. Yeesh, so the curses really do kill people. Someone used it. Shh, keep your voice down, okay? What happened if another curse bearer hurt you? Peep, sorry. Dead. He was alone with a student and now is dead as doornails. Glad. Can't be feel that bad about that one. I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance? That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi or Kuda? You're right, that's unusual. Oh, but she was at the school last night too. She must know something about Mr. Jonoichi. Let's go see what she has to say. Oh, Mio, wait for me. Huh. So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at school last night? No sense hiding it then. Plus, I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Yeah, right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Oh, exorcisms. Oh, that's what it was. Did you hear about Mr. Jonoichi? Heard about it. I've known since last night. I saw that asshole bite it on school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. But I can tell you. It was almost dawn. Probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden. Ran to the ground like something was chasing him. Then screamed, "Ah, somebody help me! Forgive me, Michio!" Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? He mentioned Michio? Was there anyone else out on the grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was. But for just a second, I think I saw a girl in a uniform with her hair in braids. Oh. I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life like I was wrong and I'll do anything. Then all of a sudden his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. His arms like broke without anything being done to him. He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I better get out of there. And then he croaked. That's all I saw. I see. I like the way she does her hair. But from what you've told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Jonoichi and killed him. Well, if I know anything about that, I'm just telling you what I saw, heard him say. Ah. Did you tell that story to the police? Nope, but I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. Not like they believe such an insane story anyways. Right. But there must be at least one person the police worth trusting, right? No. I guess. There was this one cop who always got on my case about stuff. But he died just the other day. Oh, he did? I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. I'm cursed. Piss me off. You got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Oh, it wasn't? Yeah, that was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though I'm sure that was hard enough for you. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Hey, Mio, I've been thinking something. Hmm? The way she described it reminded me of something. The way Mr. Jonoichi died, it sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course, I didn't see myself, but the state Michio's body was in, she was like she had fallen from high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? I don't think so. The curses of the 7 mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if we can trust what the spirit board said, then Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. That's all I know. Hey, tell me, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal, like me. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations, even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people have that personality was taken over when possessed too? It's possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to the target, like siblings or a parent and a child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seances or whatever you see on TV are all bogus? Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. Though there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance. Huh. There are people who have had extremely powerful connection spirit sense, or deep connection with the person. But even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they could, it'd only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with. Like me, what I'm doing. But if that's the case, wouldn't you know if you were choosing that behavior of your own will or not? Hence why there are lots of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Though the spirit may influence their behavior and memories of the host. The deeper their connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? Must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, Hitomi. Whatever. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. The same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako. I bet you could see them too with a little training. I think I might pass. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was so weird when she showed up all of a sudden saying she was gonna exercise me. I was like, what are we gonna do, push-ups? If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. I guess that makes sense. It told me last night before you witnessed Mr. Jonoichi's collapse. Can I ask what you were doing in the classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Alright, with everything that happened with Mr. Jonoichi, they'll suspect you if we told them you saw him that night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand. I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. I'll just, like, move myself down here so you can see her face a little better. If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So last night, that piece of shit Jonoichi called me over here, asking like he was gonna attack me or something. What? How terrible! Whatever, I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when doesn't know shit about them? Whoa, man, this guy sucked. That asshole was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me. Is that so? Could you tell us more in detail why he called you in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain. Where to start? What did you mean by Mr. Jonoichi acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Michio Shiraishi, right? The girl who killed herself? Michio? I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. And he was using her to blackmail her. Call her up after school and make her do whatever. Ew. I had a feeling that was it. What? What do you mean by you say whatever I wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple model students like you would ever get involved with. No way, that's... how? What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I not have known anything about this? Yako, I know how you feel, but please try to calm down. You got guts acting like you were her friend. Jonoichi really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. She probably felt she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. How terrible. Jeez Louise. Hitomi, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. Ran off in a panic when I yelled at him asking what he was doing. Walked in on it? Ugh. I couldn't just leave her alone looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a little bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. Probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around. But she never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine to keep it a secret. Michio, why? She probably thought she had gritted teeth until it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if the guy got like an itch, they'll take a mile. She kept talking about how it was her punishment. She was soft. No. Of course, Joichi didn't change. She kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them. That's as much as I was involved. And then she killed herself. Nothing I could do about it now. You told me if you knew about it, then why didn't you try to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Yakko, there's no point in blaming Hitomi. Michio, why? Did you hear what the dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long? They probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. Chuck's well behaved, but there's more than a person that meets the eye, you know? There must be some reason. No, got nothing to do with me. So last night... Oh, wow, there's a bridge over here. I didn't know that. Is that the bridge that What's-Her-Face was standing on? At the river where she found a hand? I think so. Alright. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died of the former Yasuda Gardens a couple days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. Real rough guy. But good looking up folks. So he was the only one I could talk to. So there was something like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Another thing. One time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me she was like me when she was my age and that she was on my side. Must have been a terrible loss for her, too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Oh no. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to that park. Then he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day he called me over there like usual. But something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something? Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor, too. That was pretty unusual. Favor, what kind? He handed me this weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. Talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. Figured that's it, sure, I'll take it. Have it with me now. But that was all. Then he told me that he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shiraishi had that looked like this one. Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had a special talisman or something. But apparently Michio always avoided the subject. Talisman Michio had. Michio. Michio? Michio. He said that I knew her, so that's why he asked me, he said. Could there have been something about Michio that couldn't even tell the police about? I know things were a little complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about Junoichi was doing to her. I'd talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Nuts. Michio, what was it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't just have his eye on Michio, but her talisman too. After she died, he didn't know where it ended up. Since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the two talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I looked inside it, there's just a weird, kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside it. But from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, when he was asking such a pain in the ass, I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that... Yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those two talismans. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Know what I know now, he probably felt that something was gonna happen to him. Oh, it's break. Warren, I'd break. I think it's obvious that What's-His-Face was killed by the lady that stands on top of a tower. But the issue is, I don't know where that one is, or who had it. I wound up with it at one point, but... I don't know. Should we wait for the rest of the ads to roll? Oh god. I got soda in my sinuses. Dear God. nightmare. I have a new graphics card. This is something I wanted to talk about. I got a new one. But it won't fucking work yet. I think it hates my cables. That's the only thing I think it could be. It's like, I know my power block works. And I know that the card probably works. And I know that the slot it's in works. So, the wattage can't be the issue because I have way more than recommended. So I think that it just hates the pigtail cables that I have. So I ordered some that are just one-way connectors, and they should be coming tomorrow. And then I'll have a better graphics card, which hopefully can stream better. We're nearly back from ads. I wish I could get no ads. 0 ads, just game. But they won't let me. Why can't I change my face? Hello? I accidentally hit the number key. Alright, 10 seconds, and then we'll get back to the story. Alright, everybody stretch a little. Alright. Nakagoshi? Do you know him, Mio? No, I've just heard that name, I think. So there really is Nakagoshi. That's a relief, at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring your dead guy's last request. Hey, Tommy. Yeah? That talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Okay. So last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had? Yeah. And I figured that the police of Garbage Teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about a talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it right now, come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to lock the back of the entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he used it for secret meetings before. Yuck, I can only imagine. He climbed over the front gate to get it. So yeah, we met up at the classroom in the middle of the night. But nothing he said made any sense. Like, that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if I had only been around to something. Grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Ebe. Were you okay? Yeah, that's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Junoichi was freaking out. Oh my gosh, good thing you got away. So it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterwards, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and old man Ashiba talking. Then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also when I saw Junoichi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you were only here to look for Michio's talisman. I was so done for all of that creep Junoichi's chap told fault, you see. It could have gotten a lot worse, but I lucked out. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Junoichi. She didn't have a reason to hate him after all. No way, you mean that really was a ghost, like for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill a living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible he could possess someone close to him to act on those lingering regrets. Huh, wonder if that's what happened. Alright then supposing what the spirit board said is true and Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. She really not good about living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had said something, had some tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. I mean, other than the situation you just described. And that's all I know. You happy? I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure, thank you, Hitomi. Oh, if you two find anything about the talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh, can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right, I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. Thanks, we'll call if we need to talk to you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up, you're the one who's avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later and don't die out there, okay? Thanks, we'll be careful. I like these three. I think it's nice that their friendship's beautiful. Alright then. You got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Jonoichi was killed by a curse just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple, you think so? Yes, the curse sector we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Jonoichi seemed to be different. The people in the school at the time other than us were Mr. Jonoichi, Hitomi, and Old Man Ashimiya, who we ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there's no one more person. Hitomi saw a girl in a school uniform with braids. From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's one. Mr. Jonoichi is pretty suspicious, though. If he were a curse bearer, it would be starting to explain why he was killed. Right, that's why I say there are multiple. Oh right, the person who killed Mr. Jonoichi would have been to be one too. Which means it must be either the mysterious girl or Old Man Ashimiya? Yeah, we should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Jonoichi thought it was Michio that was attacking him had me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio was there, herself was actually there, but... Oh, I just remembered, I also saw Mr. Araishi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he's involved with curses given that he's the one doing research on the Rite of Resurrection. But he had a different one. So we'll have to be careful of Old Man Ashimiya and Mr. Araishi. I want to believe that all curse bearers will hostile, but... As for what to do now, I'd like to find who is responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set this off and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without slapping it at its source. Huh, that makes sense. In which case, what next we should do what exactly? We'll need to talk to Mr. Araishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. The school is closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace someone may know where he is. Where to go, then? Maybe the garden? 9 a.m. Yako. Omega Suda Gardens. This is where the guy died. And so, Mio Kurusuzu and Yako Sasaki decided on their next investigation to investigate. Ah, suspended. I don't think I can access Haruo yet. I don't think I missed city paths. Unless there's one here. Hajime Yoshimi's death, Nejima's threat of a mass murder, and the problems just pile up, putting detectives' goal of collecting all the curse stones in jeopardy. Susumi leaves Ario to handle the investigation while he catches a break. Let's go. Let's sip some water. Ichibori Park. Back at the playground. Sorry for the weak bus, but no, that's not his voice. I'll just give him a normal one. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Took you long enough. That's his voice. Forensics has finished their investigation and the body's been carried away. That said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for the time being. This place was really giving the creeps last night, but it looks pretty normal now with the sun out. Oh, I found one. Swanelope swooped. I see. Okay, great. Another sticker next to it. Looking around this way is a little bit more difficult, but not too bad. Think. Gotta sauce quite the mess. Strange death popping up all over the place that may or may not have something to do with the curses. We also need to keep looking into Yoshimi and the Jima. But now we better stop following up on the leads we got. Guess I'd better see what Ariel's found out. Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks, the floor is yours. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one, the young man we found here. His name is Shoko Oki. 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in his lungs. He drowned. He drowned in the middle of the park? That's not possible. It's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss, isn't this park associated with one of those 7 mysteries too? Yeah, the Whispering Canal. That's right, the Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and a death by drowning, don't you think? Ship thinking, Gario. You're starting to take the hang of this. So let's assume that we're related. What's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found in behind a residential complex in Kamizawa. The victim has been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29, who's an office worker who lived on her own in the area. As for the cause of death, well, yes. The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on, meaning the foot washing mansion? Exactly. Crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered was also known to be related to one of the 7 mysteries. Then is this Namagaki's doing? Shit, I know he used it. Judging by the amount of soul twigs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it. And as for the 3rd victim, he was identified as Kohei Jonoichi, 32, a teacher at Komagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or a heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and leg. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. A teacher dying at school. And not just any school. Komagata House is one of the 7 mysteries. The Kleppers. I believe it houses the Fool's Procession. That's right, I was gonna say that one, I swear. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. Wait, do I have the Fool's Procession? Yako, what do you have? Oh! But that doesn't make sense. Oh, no, sorry. The Fool's Procession. Yeah, no. Kills by fatal flaw. Oh, but I didn't kill him. So how did he die from a fall if I didn't kill him? Hold on. Hold on. That's strange, isn't it? Unless we were possessed by Michio. I see. Either way, it seems all 3 victims can be tied to the 7 mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you've got a point. All these strange deaths point in one direction. That's right, and Hachime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the Seven Mysteries. Problem is, the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. And I didn't kill one guy, so maybe someone else is also killing people. With the curses, somehow. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the Seven Mysteries? That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. One who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Oh, really? I see. I don't know much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. He's been up all night gathering information. Must be nice to be young and have that kind of energy, but I'm glad to have him on my side. Give me a chance to rest up. Guess I better see what Ariel's found out. Okay, let's talk about serial killing some more. Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night. But we can't rule out that there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I hadn't thought of that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Oh, that's great news. So basically we're safe during the daytime? Exactly. It's also highly likely why the Jim would give us till dusk. Ah, he must have known about the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we've got until nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye, boss, let's do this. Let me look around. I'm always thinking, like, is somebody behind me? Somebody looking at me? Curse bearers. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Nakagaki had the folk washing mansion, and Hideki Araishi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both their curse stones. And then there's Najima, who claims he has the one-sided reed. Yeah, that about sums it up. Ah! We've got a good... We only are missing 3. I like it. Okay. We better figure out who has the remaining 5 or quick. How should we go back looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Najima may lead us to the other curse bearers too. Either way, it should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I get a feeling there's some connection there. Aye, boss. Sounds like we got our work cut out for us. Let's talk about Hajime. I asked around to Tomita's Community Safety Bureau, where Yoshimi was stationed. Hi, Krieg, I'm back. Hi, welcome. Sorry I was gone for so long. How are you? How have you been? I've been sick. I'm still congested, but I'm okay. Is pain? Took up rock climbing? Good pain at least. Sounds like fun. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shiraishi. Yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it was really a suicide, looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play, because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. Huh, what was the evidence? Some calluses which some have ripped? Ooh! Owie. Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building a ways away from the road. There's no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled suicide, but he thought there was more to it. Yeah, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. Wow, her leg's all the way up there? Owie! In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. So there's a chance it wasn't suicide. But what a terrible way to go. There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. This is turning into quite the grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come from a collision like that. It's scathed. Exactly, so I asked the traffic bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard. So we've got no proof. Instead, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide. It's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. You think the driver is the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics in the traffic bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Chiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch under the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too. Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. Fumichika. HQ has mobilized a search unit for Yonejima. But so far, we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home at work? About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. You serious? So we have no idea where he lives? It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second, you're telling me no one caught that? Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. He also said he lost track of Dejima when he moved to a new place. Geez, that's just sloppy. I've heard they're giving people a parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prison. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked. So Najima got the fuck about unsupervised. God damn it. That asshole is annoyingly good at freaking remorse or insanity, whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. I already know who he is. I know. That explains why he so brazenly made contact. That asshole, he's mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. That's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk. Let me look at the files real quick. I need to know something. Oh no, people. I'm trying to figure out when he got released from prison. Darn. That's June. Remember that girl Yoshimi met up with the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community Safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address? Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have time for a stakeout right now. But she could be a key witness. Can't we have community safety track her down for us? You can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today. Because of the teacher that died. That's right. Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on then. I got some information about Yoshimi's fiancé from Community Safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But... oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community Safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence. If it is, can't things just be easy for once? Let me see. Oh, hi! Mayu is a beautician and the fiancé of Hajime Yoshimi. Her whereabouts unknown. Are you a curse bearer, Mayu? Oh. It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps. It's fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse. But Yoshimi was well-liked and they've been together for over 10 years. You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors. Guess so. But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario too. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi is after his fiancée as well. She could be in danger. Grab my pen. Guess I need to write notes. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. Well, no, as soon as she's found. Najima. Speaking of Najima, yeah? Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet, I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to her house either. That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up, I don't have a contact info, alright? Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was really reluctant, but I got her to agree. Guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, the former father, can't find her, how the hell did Najima do it? Oh, eh? That cuts deep. Yikes, sorry, it kind of slipped out. Anyway, I suspect that has something to do with this curse echo. Back on that topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to ask from a distance. I see. The one-sided read. What was that story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. Right, one of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. Trying to find out if I had any notes. From this. Eh? I don't... Oh, I know what that is, actually. Abduction notes. No, I don't have any notes for this game. Okay. As for Najima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check with HQ frequently to see if they got any updates. That's about it. Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata High School for Hitomi Okuda, or to Michio Shiraishi's house to find out more about her. Let's go! Oh! Okay. Huh. Can I come back to this? Maybe I chose the wrong place. Maybe that's the issue? I need to choose the right spot? And so, they choose a... Okay. No, that's not it. A place where they might know where what's-his-face is. Ryogoku Bridge? This one has sound effects. And so... Huh. I guess it's... Komagata Bridge? Maybe? Maybe I have to come back to this. Yeah, I might just be stopped here. Let's see. Fancy sushi or life can be tough. We haven't checked in with what's-her-face yet. Let's check in with her. Shikima Mansion. Welcome back to the mansion. Done dealing with your ripped skin? I'm glad. Are you okay? What was this guy's name? Or, I don't remember what anyone's voice was. Good morning, ma'am. How are you feeling? It's terrible. That can't be it. I'm fine. I hope we can make good progress today. How's your curse stone looking? I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise. Interesting. It's possible that its powers can only be unleashed at night, then. That aside, why are you so late this morning? There are unfortunately some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers. But I did get some research done in what limited time I had. Okay, let's talk. Hold on. Stickers. Oh. Stickers. I'm always gonna suspect that there's a sticker around. The town is beginning to wake up once more. The clamor of society can be heard from beyond the garden gates. Like any day, a cloud of pollution drifts out from the industrial area. Okay, no bird sticker. By the way, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. And what's that? Our current plan is to steal a curse stone that's already absorbed soul dregs, but I'm wondering if it would be suffice to not steal, but instead negotiate with the curse bearer and have them use the right for our purposes. Oh? I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible? One had top 2 layers off, and the other has a second degree burn. Oh no, that's awful. Put some band-aids on. That stinks. I'm so sorry. Solves me out for compensation. It may prove much easier than you expect. Compensation. Cash, for instance. That wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as the Shigimas, would it? Of course. Why, any amount would be fine if it get the job done. I won't let monetary matters lead me to regrets the way it did back with the ransom. Okay, with that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy. It's on your thumb too, so you're typing with your indexes? Ooh. We may be surrounded by curses and death, but matters little. My only concern is whether I can see my child again. Do you have any curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind? Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been proactive about collecting soul dregs. Did you see the news this morning? No, I haven't. Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in this area. They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found, but they've been nicknamed the Hanjo serial killings. It's garnered quite some attention on the streets. Oh my. Only 3? That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul dregs. And for what those curse stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims seems a little on the low side. With this little activity all through the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch. What's holding them back? Are we not all after the power of resurrection? There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone's gathered enough soul dregs yet. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action. And then we offer them the deal. He's looking a bit tired. He must have spent all nights investigating. About the curse bearers. None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. I wonder if the situation could be what the mastermind who kicked all of it off intended. Hydrate, thank you. Now that's an interesting theory. Torture. You think there's something behind this all? You mentioned hearing an agonized voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the curse stone. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in the area on purpose, and they're likely after the rite of resurrection as well. So, you're thinking... this guy? No. That this person is not one of the curse bearers? You've got a sharp mind, ma'am. Though it may seem obvious for the mastermind... God damn, you're right. He is dressed like Michael Jackson, you're right. Got him in one. Obvious for the mastermind to become a curse bearer and collect soul dregs if they were after the right. This would have been very risky since the curse bearer they themselves become a target. So it'd actually be more convenient for them to curse bearers move less aggressively. That's right. But despite that, they've been inciting the curse bearers to commit murder. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dregs themselves? Chapon. You mean the intention was to steal the souls while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start? Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is a safer course of action. Which is why I figured it's best for us to attempt the same strategy. So, how should we do it? There's still reasons to suspect the mastermind could be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers. How do you suppose we do so? At this point, all we can do is search. If there's mastermind inside the curse bearers to collect soul dregs, can we be sure there even is a rite of resurrection? Good question. The rite could be nothing but a myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. Seeing it might be for naught. Do you want to give up, man? Never. Understood. After all, we'll never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. But we'll do without using curses ourselves. By the way, I met a few people who did seem like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them, but I only managed to get detailed information on 2. You're quick. I suppose that's supposed to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire. I appreciate the flattery. I suppose. First, there's Ayame Tono, the girl we talked to before, though she isn't a curse bearer herself. She is a student attending T University of Art. Tokyo, I think? Glad you have a tablet with a keyboard, so type with that. Good idea. She currently lives alone in an apartment near Midoricho Park. You even determined the address? You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire. I called every single university with Ukiyo-e and the curriculum, pretending to be her parent. I went around to check her place on the way here. It doesn't seem like she returned home last night. I'm worried she might have run into some trouble. Didn't you attempt to follow her last night? I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her. And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire. I'd like to learn more about her, but I would take some time. She's planning to steal the curse stones just like us. It's best we act carefully around her. What's the other one? Next is the tall man who was dressed in all black. I met him near Kinchicho. He stood out with the way he dressed. Managed him getting some good information from him. Impressive. What can I say? I'm an investigator extraordinaire. He works as a secretary to Hihaku Soap's chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumikoka. The Hihaku Soap's headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct? Yes, they've been here for a while, but only in the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth. I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seems to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I assume she'd want her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of the factories with older equipment had to be shut down. That's right, even 10 years ago there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river. Most companies back then were those concerned with making a profit than protecting the environment. I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. On the way here, I stopped by the company's headquarters, but they hadn't started for the day. I should have better luck later. Let's hope you will. Perhaps they're interested in seeing if the rite would be beneficial to their product research and beauty and skin care? That's an interesting thought. I ran into one more suspicious young man last night. This one seems to be collecting soul dregs, right? Indeed. I couldn't get a good look at him, though, and I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him. Well, that's a shame. But I can make an educated guess. Oh? You know that researcher who discovered the ancient text on the Rite of Resurrection? The one that lives around here? His name is Hideki Araishi, and the man I met was very similar in stature. Oh my, even he is involved? How awfully suspect. Considering his background, couldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair? I think that's possible, yes. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Safety first. Understandable. Of course, I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on him. I would prefer to steer him where it tells as a curse bearer. First, I'll return to Hihaku Soaps to see that man in black. Their headquarters are down in South Warigesui Street. I learned something new about the criminal involved with kidnapping. It concerns serial killings. There was a body found at Komagata High School. The person was identified as a school teacher. His name was Kohei Jonuichi. Do you think he was a curse bearer? Not sure, it's possible. But regardless, this means 2 people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead. Just when we were getting somewhere. It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio Shiraishi's residence. It'd be wise to pay a visit. Understood. In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michio Shiraishi, who reportedly committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. If strange deaths continue occurring like so, they're bound to inspire strange rumors. Those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no? It's true, both occurred a week before this accursed situation began. Still, it cannot be ruled out. But it's possible that the mastermind was involved even with those killings. How? What if there were preliminary steps to awakening the 7 mysteries' curses? Can we really assume they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling, it'd be easier if it was connected to these curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily. You seem to know a lot about this. I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped into this one too. I see. If you were to investigate on this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind. You're right. If we wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a fine starting point. Might even discover more deaths related to the curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. That's all I have a report. Shall we continue with our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can't use the curse stone, taking a walk should be a fine place to start. Let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself. In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am. Where should I go? Which places have stood out to me the most so far? Let's go to South Wari Gesui Street. I gotta go talk to the Soap Man. Soap Man! The Hihaku Soap's headquarters are on the other side of South Wari Gesui Street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but it appears they're up and running now. First, I need to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night. Then I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. I'd be better off if I go inside the headquarters alone. You should walk around, visit a cafe or some tea, perhaps? Think a small soap company could grow so much in such a short time. They have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. The COI director and now chairwoman Natsue Yamamori is called the Queen of Soap. Hihaku. Can also refer to kasuri, a type of pattern fabric. Interesting. Wonder if that's gonna be relevant. Hello, Natsue Yamamori. Former president. She retired 2 years ago, but she still wields great influence as a chairwoman. Recently, there's rumors about her possessing strange and powerful magical abilities. Prior to the war, she enjoyed working on a dream job at a textile factory. She was forced to face the bitter reality of the world, however, when the factory was destroyed by a fire during the war. She was ordered to rework the fabrics she had painstakingly crafted into something more suitable for blue-collar work. Witnessing the rise in popularity of Western-style clothing, she left the textile industry. However, a nod to her past can be seen in her company name, with Hihaku being another name for kasuri, a type of fabric featuring patterns and images woven with dyed fibers. Having long since been dissatisfied with the soap supply at the textile factory, Natsue saw a business opportunity to set up her own small soap factory. Taking inspiration from imported soap brands, she developed new products which quickly gained a new reputation. Aha, okay. You mentioned that Takumi works as her secretary? That's correct. Do you think it's possible he's acting on her orders? That's exactly my thinking. A cursed bearer with both money and power could certainly look at resurrection as their next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. Back Back in the Edo period, the canal known as South Wari-Guesui ran through this area, but it's been turned into a major road. It's a bit away from Kinchicho Station or Ryogoku Station, though it's still considered a nice area. The stories of the Everburning Lantern and the Foot Washing Mansion both turn place around here. One of the bodies discovered this morning was found by this road as well. Quite a lively area, huh? I suppose you could call it somewhat of a city center. A Wari-Gesui partitioning ditch refers to a waterway dug down in the middle of the road. At the dawn of the Edo period, the Honshu district was little more than a collection of suburban rice farms. As it became more developed, the South Wari-Gesui was excavated and turned in order to drain rainwater into the Yoko-Jikin River. Though it served the people long and faithfully, it was converted into an underground culvert at the beginning of the Showa. At present, no trace of it remains on the surface but the street that bears its name. I see. I'm gonna go in. I may be a while, so feel free to find somewhere to kill time. Hey, good luck in there. Don't die. Sorry to keep you waiting. How did it go? I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. There's no doubt he's the same man I saw last night. But it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. But that doesn't mean he has no connections to the recent curses. He knew about the 7 mysteries. He even guessed we had a curse stone of our own. Excuse me? I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night. However, you said your name was Richter Klesch? I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. I'm hoping you would hand over the curse stone in your possession. Curse stone? What are you on about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had the same reaction you did to think that you were a curse bearer last night. And your arrival here only confirms it. You are a curse bearer, no? No. You're right, we lack time. I'll confess, I am a curse bearer. I possess the curse stone of the haunting clappers. I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation is worthwhile. It's a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take the responsibility to dispose of it. I had no soap business specializing in scrubbing curses clean. It is the prerogative of Miss Yamimori. Is that so? Assuming you've obtained the curse, you'd understand the power it involves, no? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers akin to those of a god. She also has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from the pile of dirt it once was into the home of our headquarters. She cannot stomach the fact that it is now the site of these curses run rampant. So you're telling me the Queen of Hikaku is a real-life witch? She wouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. There is a sorcerer by the name of Suigen Gamiyodo who's gallantly working behind the scenes exorcising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, they're already having instances of the dead coming back to life. Do you understand the urgency of this matter? These are curses we're speaking of, tools which are used by the wicked beings to possess people. The rite of resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce the curse bearers into unspeakable action. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over that curse stone at once. Very interesting. With that said, just how many curse stones have you acquired so far? If what you tell me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. We have 6? That's not true. That is not true. There are 9. The detective alone has 3. And then we know that 2 more are in possession of other people. Oh, rest at ease then. I thought I was at risk of being cursed. It seems we're on the same page. If that is the case, you should hand over your curse stone immediately. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering its importance, I've been keeping it in hiding. Really now? Then I'll accompany you while you retrieve it. I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to, but I promise I'll return with it later. Very well. Then you won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume. How prudent of you. I'll oblige. Girl, you do not have 6 stones. I know you don't. And that's how it went. So they aren't after the ride after all? I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. Oh? I believe we're dealing with a master in deception. He said he had 6. But I think he had less. He may very well have made up a story to convince a spark whale or stone. I think he was lying about having produced current 6 stones as well. Like, really? 6? That's excessive. Well, now I feel gullible. The company is planning something. I wonder what they mean to do with the cursed stones. He seemed rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite not having collected any soul dregs. It's kind of a lot when there's only 9 of them. That's 2/3. He's saying they have 2/3 of all the stones. No, for a fact they do not. They can have at most like 3. Maybe 2, honestly. Perhaps the people at Hihaku are the masterminds behind the curses being unleashed. Because the chairwoman's a witch? I wonder about that too. If she really were that powerful, would her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up as he went, or he's trying to spread a rumor. For what purpose would he do that? Recently, people have been caught up in the occult more than ever before. If word spreads that Shikaku's chairwoman has godlike powers, their stock prices could go up. That's unsettling. Well, he tells me he barely slept last night, and yet he seems to be brimming with energy. Was I that resilient at his age? Perhaps what set us apart detected from the rest? Or is he on, like, a lot of coffee and caffeine? By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard while the company's reception lobby. And what's that? People were discussing whether one of the bodies found this morning was that of a Hihaku employee. Really? So long as the officials haven't revealed the identity, it's all amounts to no more than speculation, though. Despite that, I have reason to believe that Hihaku Soaps is deeply involved with the 7 mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiations will go. Alright. We should avoid Hihaku for the time being. I'll be a pain if I have to deal with Takumi again. Let's go somewhere else. Midoricho Park. We are here. This is Midoricho Park. Ayame Tono lives around here. She wasn't in her apartment when it docked by this morning. I wonder if it's worth checking again. Let me look around, see if there's any... Aha! Good going, ma'am. You found a haiku. That's a rare one. That's a funny name, actually. Is it now? That's great. I love this one. Hold on. Oh, that's delightful. Oh my god. How many birds do I have? Look how many birds I can still collect. This pigeon is my favorite, though. Look at this guy. Hell yeah. Haiku. I'm always looking around for the stickers. This place is connected with the story of the Taiko Suguru. Not only that, Katsushika Hokusai's home was also in this area. Pigeon. I love pigeons. That might be why Ayame chose to live here. No praise to mix us our day. It's what's the site of the Suguru estate. Katsushika Hokusai is believed to have been born in the vicinity. We won't get much done standing around here. Why don't I go and check out Ayame's apartment? You don't mean to speak with her, do you? No, I prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. I'd like to see whether she's been home or not, just potentially get a trace on her movements. Then be my guest. Okay, it shouldn't be long. Okay, it wasn't long. I'm back. So nothing? I'm afraid so. She still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keeping watch in the area. I don't know if they got the eyes on her apartment, but what they do appear to be watching the building she lives in. He loves scouting by himself. Heaven forbid I go somewhere. Interesting. You got a sharp eye to have noticed them despite being so covert with your Michael Jackson cosplay. What can I say? It's part of the job. However, it meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door or looking through her windows. I think that would have made you look like a perv. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or mailbox either, unfortunately. You were planning to go that far? It's always heartwarming to see children playing in the park. Which just seems like kids, perhaps because they're on the same wavelength. We won't make much progress sticking around here. Okay. I guess let's go check out that school. Yamagata High School time. Huh, the cops. Fuck. Here we are at Ground Zero, Yamagata High School. I guess it's logical that police has got this place shut down. That teacher's body was found here after all. As if the students have nowhere to go now that the school's closed other than home. Or the arcade. Seems the officers are still inspecting the scene. Entry has been strictly prohibited. I bet I can sneak in. Looking around for birds. This is great because I can explore to look for the birds while we're here. I really want to find them all. The nuisance attracts a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? That works in our favor. The more people around, the better we can blend in. It helps that we say things like, I think we can blend in. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if the curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect the police to be baffled since they don't know about the curses. Except for that one guy who knows about the curses. I can look around and see what the students have to say. Choir. Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. Hey kids, you know about Michio? They wouldn't talk to me. What'd you learn? That school kids sure do love a good rumor. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Junoichi and Michio, most of which seem dubious at best. You got a monocle? That's nice. Monocular? Monocular? Like a monocle? Binoculars. But for one eye? Ah, so like a telescope. But a small telescope. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought. But there was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Junoichi. Really? The story's got two pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently he's been mumbling that Michio was gonna kill him for some days now. Fellow teacher overheard him mumbling and told the students. And then it spread like wildfire, I suppose? Remember that juicy don't stay a secret for long. What the hell was the teacher thinking saying that? As for the other piece of evidence, a pigtailed girl in her school uniform was seen around school late last night. Doesn't have adjustable zooms, just fixed 10 times? Go on. Okay, it's nearly break time. We'll learn about the pigtailed girl as soon as the ads are over. I'm gonna take us to a quick BRB. I've got to fill up my humidifier because my sinuses are killing me. BRB. I'll leave you with this calming guitar music. Alright, I'm back. I got some water and I turned on a humidifier. So I should be ready to go. We're gonna go for like another hour or so. A little bit over that, like an hour and 10. Because I have work tomorrow, so I have to go to bed. Heck yeah. As to for my humidifier or for another hour. Anyways, but yeah, we'll go for another hour or so. Yeah, the humidifier really helps. I think I have a sinus infection or something. But I'm fighting it off with just myself and my terrible little body. But I'll be back tomorrow. Wait. No, I will not. Never mind. Wait, no, tomorrow's Monday, so yes, I will be back tomorrow. And I can stay up late tomorrow. I don't have work on Tuesday, so I can stay up plenty. So tomorrow we'll come back and do more of this, so it'll be great. I'm enjoying this game a lot. It's long, I will say, and I have to read everything. But so is Zero Escape. I think we'll do the sequel at some point, though I might save it for later in the year. Let's continue. Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some people are proposing it was Michio, brought back to life, or that it was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michio's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumor might have made up just to fan the flames. It'll be a late night one, so we'll be here pretty long. And if not, I will be uploading these to the VOD channel, which is down below. I need to make a command to get the VOD's channel, like, linked. Do I have a command for that? I do not. I should make one. I will make one later. So you can... That'll be easier here. But if it were true, I'd want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. A student had a list of student addresses on hand. That's an amazing find. I believe all the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easy it was to obtain what should be confidential information. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands. Well, so far it hasn't, no? Sure, let's hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's not possible for us to visit Michio Shiraishi's house. Oh, do I need to talk more? I can imagine the students are uneasy after learning of the murder. It may do them well to stay home for some time, if not for fear of their safety. The police say they're probably too wrapped up in solving the case to be concerned about the students' mental health. I can see that. It's important that society provides a safe environment for the benefit of our youth. Some school policies could use some rewriting, especially those handling the students' personal information. Agreed! That's right, I don't want a student being kidnapped on the way back home ever again. I expect criminals to grow more cunning as time passes. There may be times when the authorities can't keep up. Good night, Rao. Have fun at your important meeting. Hope it goes well. That's where outlaws such as myself come in. What is this about? I actually forget I just said anything. He appears to be wary of those police officers. Maybe the police really do have something against private investigators. I hope it goes well. Just like in the detective novels. Huh? Why did we look over here? It's important that society provides a safe place for our youth. Okay. Near the Shiraishi household. Saying how did it go? I went to visit Michio Shiraishi's family home, however. No one seemed to be there. I got no answer at the door and all the lights were out. It seems to have been empty for a while now. There was a stack of newspapers out front. Huh. That's weird. 1 second. Does anyone see a bird sticker? That looks weird. Shout out if you see a bird sticker. This seems like prime bird sticker territory. But I don't see any. So I think we're fine. Let's look at our surroundings. It's a bit quieter over here. It is a residential area after all. All these run-down row houses really scream working class, don't they? Guess. Never liked these messy and cluttered back streets. They give me the jitters every time. It's reassuring to have someone as strong and tall as Richard accompanying me. He looks so unfazed. Jeez, just tell him you like him already. I'm kidding. I suppose a detective's used to this kind of thing, always investigating and chasing criminals. I want to be cut out for it. Social connections run deep in working class areas like this place, so I decided to talk to the locals. Met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out that Shiraishi's reputation really went down in the dumps this past year. Is that so? I'll give you a quick summary. They moved here about 3 years ago. Their previous residence was in a better part of town. Well, hello, thank you for the raid buffs. Hi, hello. You're playing Deltarune. I am so behind on Deltarune. I haven't played since the second chapter. Oh boy. Thank you for raiding, everybody. I'm a clown. We're playing Paranormasight, Mysteries of Honjo. We're investigating, some, like, surrounding murders. A lot of cool stuff. Hi, Puffs! Hi! Puffs is another cool clown. Very cool. Yeah! We're in chapter 2 right now. I don't know how many chapters there are, but the story is getting deeper. Let's see. Yes, indeed, Krieg. I knew you would be interested. We're hunting down these, 7 mysteries. There are actually 9. But each of them has, like, a little... This one's a bad example. Oh, no, it is. This one has each one has a little stone. And that stone gives you the power to kill somebody a specific way under certain conditions. This one drowns people. This one's the one that one of the characters has, the teenager. She's investigating the death of her friend. This one makes people fall, which is interesting because 2 people have died, presumably by falling. But I don't think she killed one of them. But she has the stone, so what did happen? Maybe she did. Beckoning lights, don't know. We haven't met this person yet. Haunting clappers, our current character has. It burns one who's in possession of a fire starting device or a fire. You got matches, you're dead. This one hangs people. The detective has it. This one, we don't know what it does. This one stomps you with a big foot. This one we haven't found, but it presumably cuts you in half. And this one, disembowels people. And then there's one we have not found. Although, I'm curious about it, I really am. Right now we're learning about the family of the girl who died recently that we're trying to investigate. This is Richter. He's a handsome detective. Michio's mom, Toshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. At first, they got along with their neighbors, many of which were in similar situations, helping and being helped in turn. So far, so good. What happened? Well, as I said, their reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. A man recognized as Toshiko's common-law husband had moved into the household. His name was apparently Hankichiro Iwai. Neighborhood gossip is something else. Somehow everyone knew his name. So what of this Iwai character? He was apparently a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. He was prone to violent outbursts. The neighbors often heard screams and shouting coming from the home. The neighbors took particular notice of Toshiko's screams pleading with him to not hit Michio. That's terrible. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbors also began to hear an eerie chanting. Though this, the Shiraishi standing in the neighborhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko was often seen covered in bruises and wounds. She stopped responding to her neighbors. She would just turn the other way when greeted. They kept their storm shutters closed even during the day, and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. That sounds horrible. Why didn't the police step in and do something? Unfortunately, under our current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes. That's terrible. And then Michio reportedly killed herself. Things only got worse with Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since Iwai hasn't returned to the home. Good? Many locals expressed sympathy for Michio's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with the Shiraishis entirely and seemed relieved that things finally quieted down again. Those people are assholes. It seems that they were still considered outsiders even after 3 years of living here. I don't understand it. How would Toshiko have gotten involved with such a brutish good-for-nothing in the first place? I've heard many stories where one partner's personality does a complete turn after ending a relationship. At first, husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation had also taken a turn for the worse. She was determined to send her daughter to good high school. It's possible she fell victim to sweet promises. Life can be tough, I suppose. You don't seem moved by the story, ma'am. That's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Ah, that's all the persons of interest. He's old as hell. Oh, wow, he's old. Okay. Huh. So this is our last person of interest. Interesting. That means all of the curse bearers and the person that invented the ritual are on this list. People I know have one. Where is he? Or I suspect have one, rather. Where is he? Where is he? You. This guy. I think he's this guy. Does it make sense? A little. They have similarities in their face. I think he got old and then turned into this guy. And he's a curse bearer. They might be different people, but I think I'm right. This old woman I don't think has one. She doesn't have one. We're just missing a few. Huh? Oh, so you came here too? Huh? What is it? Huh? Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter? It's me, the detective. Hee. Can I continue this one? What if I go back to the high school? I haven't been able to figure out how to progress here. It's just that it keeps saying, and so they continue their search. I think I'm stuck for some reason. Fancy sushi! With dusk fast approaching, they have no time to waste. With that in mind, Tatsumi and Ariel will direct their investigation towards Komagata High School and Shiraishi residence. Now that's a good theme song. Sorry, I was dancing. Let's go to the high school. Jazzy. Ooh, yeah, guitar. Here we are, Komagata High. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. If classes were suspended for me, I would go home. Huh? Is there something on my shirt? Don't tell me I stink. Girl, I was just thinking. Oh! Huh? That's... Boss, what is it? You want to talk to those girls? Yeah. Yeah, I do. This divine intervention. We were brought here for a reason. Come on, Ario. Huh? What? Hi, Mio. Oh my god. Hey, aren't you... You must be a high schooler skirting the child labor laws I've heard so much about. Say that again? Sorry about that, he's with me. Mr. Sumi, if that's how you feel, maybe you should look into improving my working conditions? I prefer not to work for free, if we're honest. Don't you worry about that. If you help us out, you can have whatever you want. Boss's treat. Wait, really? Thank you so much. I've always wanted to go to a fancy sushi place. Oh yeah, like one of those places in Ginza? I've never been. Let's go. We got ourselves a deal, right, boss? The girls are at our service. Oh, now, what just happened? I never said sushi. Looking forward to it, boss. Wait, since when were you included? You guys are funny. You should do stand-up. That's just one hell of a coincidence, huh? That this random girl you know is already involved in the case? So, how much have you been able to figure out? Well, I know what happened around midnight last night. Someone invoked the Feast of Shadows, which boosts the power of the curses, then brought forth the 7 Mysteries of Hanjo. That allows even those who do not have the power to cast curses to gather the soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. At least that's my hypothesis. Sounds about right so far. I'm sure you know there were actually 9 mysteries, not 7. When the Feast of Shadows was cast, the curse stones appeared before those who wanted the rite at the locales of the 7 mysteries. We've managed to gather 3 curse stones so far, including the one I got first, the Evergreen Beach. You gathered 3 already? Wow. We have the curse stone of the Fool's Procession. Well, Yako, the girl standing behind me, does. That's me, Yako, the girl standing behind me, yo. She does? Is she alright? We can take it off your hands. Well, the Feast of Shadows has no effect during the day, and there's still something I want to find out. Alright, I'll leave the Fool's Procession with you two then. Huh? You want to talk to me? You're probably better off asking Mio. So this is Yako Sakazaki. Choose Mio. Could she be a friend? Did Mio finally make a friend? She did. It would do this old man talk. Wait a second. I better not say that out loud. Don't want to make her look bad. Wait a second. Mio Kunosuzu. She's like a disciple of Paranormal Affairs Chief. I've heard that she helps out with investigations free of charge on the guise of training. Although she's my old boss's protege, she helped out plenty while I was in Paranormal Affairs. She may look meek, but she's got strong spirit, sense, sharp instincts, and courage. Plus the brain to back it all up. Is the music too loud? Let me know. That said, I can't help but think there's some kind of darkness following her around. Oh, I thought that she was his daughter for a second. Forensics is still investigating the area. I didn't really want to bring these kids to a place like this, but there were too many onlookers outside for us to speak comfortably. Besides, it'd be good to have Mio look around the scene too. Thank you. Please collecting the other curse stones. I'll be looking for a way to stop the Feast of Shadows. Okay, got it. This makes things go more smoothly. What about the other curse bearers? Have you run into any of them? Well, last night at school... You were here last night? You were here last night? Yes. You see, I was doing a seance. Huh. You two are using a spirit board? That's so cool. So that's when you ran into the curse echo. I'm glad you survived the encounter. I have to change Ario's voice because it's the same as Yako's. Somehow we managed to get away without accidentally setting it off. The curse echo we saw took the shape of a woman missing an arm and a leg. What? A woman missing an arm and a leg? That's the one-sided read! This is bad. What's so bad about that one again? What do you think? The curse bearer of the one-sided read is... Chica Denijima. He admitted himself that's his curse. Oh, that's right! Wait, but if that's the case... What's that voice? Najima might have been here last night. What? I mean, it's possible he's lying to us, but... What? Who's Najima? No clue. That's one hell of a coincidence. So Najima is trying to take advantage of the Feast of Shadows for his own nefarious purposes. Huh? He said he's gonna massacre the city at sundown today? And he's trying to get your daughter too? That's why we've been trying to find him, but to no avail. Honestly, this information has been the most useful we've gotten so far. So just to be sure, could you tell me who else was at the school last night? Well, as far as we know, there was Mr. Jonoichi, one of our classmates Hitomi. Don't forget old man Ashimiya. Wait, Hitomi? Do you mean Hitomi Okuda, second year student? Oh, that was the wrong guy voice. Well, yes, why? Boss! So she was here last night. I saw Hitomi earlier though, and she didn't seem like a curse bearer to me. You did? Did you talk to her? Yes. Would you mind if we asked you a few questions about that? Hitomi said she didn't want to talk to the police because she was afraid she'd become a suspect. So I can't tell you anything unless you swear you won't drag her into this. I see. Don't worry, this is about a different matter. A different matter? You mean about that old police officer, Mr. Yoshimi? You know about that? Did Hitomi say something good about him? Yes, she did, actually. Hitomi did say that Mr. Yoshimi entrusted her with something. He did? What was it? Yoshimi gave her a talisman? Apparently, he asked her to look for another one just like it, that Michio had. What kind of talisman could they be, boss? Doesn't ring a bell. But if Yoshimi was talking about it with his dying breath, he must have been pretty important. Did they find a talisman of Michio where her body was found? I'll check, but if they did, Yoshimi would have had plenty of time to retrieve it before he died. Right. Would you consider giving us Hitomi's contact information? I'd like to talk to her about this talisman. I'm not sure. She never opened up to anyone except Mr. Yoshimi. I'm no good, huh? I was friends with Yoshimi, though. You don't seem like too bad of a guy. Not all that scary for a cop. But I doubt that'll be enough for her. She really just wanted to end up becoming a suspect. To be honest, she was even a bit wary of us. Huh, well then. Do you think she talked to Yoshimi's fiancé? Haven't they met before? Oh, they have! She told us about that. Yes, she might be willing to talk to her. Alright, then we better find her fast. You haven't been able to reach her? That's a little worrying. About Fumichika. If we're talking about people who were at school last night, there was one more person, though I'm not too clear on the details. There was someone else? Apparently, Hitomi actually saw Mr. Jonoichi getting cursed and killed last night. What? Talk about some vital information. What she said happened was... Michio was the one who killed Mr. Jonoichi? Are you sure it wasn't really Michio that she saw? Well, that's what she told me. I wasn't there. Huh. That must mean there was another curse bearer here last night. Jonoichi was killed by a curse, so someone had to have been there, whether it was Michio or not. Damn, boss, do you think it really could have been Michio's ghost? I mean, based on what we've heard, she does have plenty of reasons to be vengeful. Calm down. Just because the paranormal exists doesn't mean just anything is possible. It's still possible that Najima was behind Jonoichi's death. But what about Hitomi's story? What was that thing about Michio earlier? Something about a grudge? Did you know anything about her? What's your relation? I'm her friend. I was actually planning to resurrect her at first. I see. We gained a lot of information from you two. It's only fair we share as well. Tell her, Mario. Alright. Keep in mind this is just a theory, though. Okay. I gotta change his voice because they have the same voice. After re-examining the crime scene, Yoshimi concluded that Michio's death wasn't a suicide, but a vehicular collision. That works. Wait, what? An accident? Being hit by a speeding truck or van would have resulted in similar injuries. The investigation was ordered by Yoshimi, so it seems he had his doubts about it being a suicide. Ah! A van? Speeding? Oh! Yako, what's wrong? Are you okay? Ah! Ah! Vroom vroom! Oh. Oh dear. Maybe I am possessed. A van. There's a young man in the driver's seat. The passenger seat, a woman? Yako! Ah, huh? Yes. Wait, where was I? Are you back now? How do you feel? You're covered in sweat. Ah! I'm okay, I think. Sorry, I went a little crazy there. It's no problem, as long as you're okay. That was quite the surprise, though. Yoshimi talked about Michio, didn't he? Well, he didn't give me specifics if you're wondering about that. So I don't know what truly was on Michio's mind either. Right. Do you have any idea why Junoichi was so scared of Michio? About that. I'm not sure how exactly to put this, but he's a fucking creep. And a terrible person. I see. Well, I half expected it was something like that. Thank you for telling me. Sorry, it's hard to explain. I wonder what he got his hands on to be able to blackmail her like that. About Najima. About this janitor, Ashimiya, was it? How old is he? Do you know how long he's worked here? Why are you so interested in him all of a sudden? I only just transferred to the school, though. I had no idea. He's around 50 years old. He came into our school about half a year ago. No one knows what he did before, so there are all kinds of rumors about him. I see. Thanks. I think I'm starting to get a better picture of all this. Huh? Listen up. It's not uncommon for former prisoners to find work under an alias after their release. The notoriety attached to their former name can get in the way of a proper rehabilitation, you see. What are you? No way. There we go. Half the officers are praying to the janitor. He worked the night shift, so he might still be in the overnight room. Yeah, right away. Bye. He's not here. Boss, bad news! Apparently the room's been empty all morning. Sounds like they've been looking to question Ashimiya too, but couldn't find him anywhere. No. That's all but confirms it. Just one more thing to check. Are there many photos of this Ashimiya? The old man seriously hated getting his picture taken. He'd always avoid it. Ariel, called an urgent search for Makoto Ashima. We can't have him getting away. Yes, sir. I'll contact HQ right away. Bye, Ariel. Oh my, I didn't expect this at all. Yeah, how could that old man have been some horrible criminal mastermind? I can't believe it. And a Prince Bear on top of that. To think he was so close to us this whole time. Ugh, it gives me chills. I was right, I always am. But now I'm feeling like maybe there's a third twist, but that's not actually him. I will trust my judgment. A guy like that really shouldn't have been allowed to work at high school. Let's hope it isn't already too late. Oh, I may have shown Ashimiya my curse stone last night. What? I don't like this one bit. Najima did say he wasn't specifically talking curse bearers, but I'm glad nothing happened to you. Wait, but then could it have been old man Ashimiya who attacked you in the hallway? I was told that you were still in the building too. What? You did? Yikes, good thing I didn't say anything. You might have gotten very lucky there, kid. This is too much. I hope they find him soon. Come on, Long Arm of the Law, help us. Mastermind. To put a stop to the Feast of Shadows, I would help if I knew more about the curses of these theft and mysteries first came about. In that case, you're probably best off talking to that crabby researcher guy. You mean Mr. Araishi? I would very much like to talk to him. Oh, right, he's a teacher here too, isn't he? You would know him already. You might be more inclined to talk if it's one of his students doing the asking. Do you know where he is? I do. We tried to talk to him, but he refused to cooperate. But you two should give it a try. He's at his usual cafe working on his papers. Cafe? Oh, Kurokikyo Cafe in Kamezawa? Thanks, we'll head over there now. Schools say we're not allowed to go to cafes, though? Don't worry about it, I'll allow it. Thank you! Uh-huh, that's all it takes? Man, I wish I could have gotten permission. There must have been a mastermind behind everything, someone who orchestrated this for a reason. I want to find out why. Mayu Chozawa. We'll let you know as soon as we manage to contact her. Okay. I'd be willing to give Hitomi's contact information to her. Oh right, one more thing. Hitomi told me that Mr. Yoshimi gave her instructions in the event that something happened to him. He told her to give the talisman to Mr. Nakagoshi from the police headquarters. What? So it was a Nakagoshi case? Huh, why would Yoshimi tell her that? Could you check on that? I will, but... well, I don't know if they'll pick up when I call. Is he with the Paranormal Investigative Affairs Bureau? Well, yes, Nakagoshi's the chief, but he's almost never in, so I don't really know the guy. be honest, I'm not even sure if he exists or if he's just a figurehead. I've never spoken to him myself. All paranormal affairs cases are referred to as Nagagoshi cases. Jeez, what's up with that? The amulet Kotomi was looking for, maybe the missing puzzle piece to this mystery. Okay, that's all from you. Michio, what happened? Look at Mio. She's certainly well versed in the paranormal. I just can't get over the darkness. It's usually easier to let Ario do the talking when it comes to young people, but we only have a day. I'll be quicker if I let take the reins this time. They did manage to win them over with the promise of food. Let's see how this plays out. I can look around. There might be a bird sticker. Give me a second, girls. I know there's a serial killer on the loose, but bird stickers are also important, guys. Oh, I can look at the scene of crime. What's the rope about? It indicates where Jonoichi's body was found. They moved his body, but this way we still have an idea of where it was found. Yikes, that's a little gross. You can see how his arms and legs are all Well, it, Ario, you're scaring her. This kind of scuff is a little much for a kid. Hey, I'm pretty sure she only asked because you were staring at it so intently. Sorry. Think. Jonoichi was almost definitely killed by a curse. But I wonder about the exact cause of death. Because his origin and the cause of death are connected, could he was another lead. Can I talk to this guy? No. Alright, that's enough. Mio, what do you think? I knew the second I looked at the scene. You're right, traces of a curse still linger here. I figured as much. Does that mean Jonoichi was killed by one of the services of the 7 mysteries? Yes, a strong curse like that always leaves behind a trace. Wow, Mio, you're so calm. Are you used to this kind of thing? I wouldn't say I'm used to it. It just comes with experience, I guess. No, I've heard some stories about you. Didn't you investigate a gruesome scene where someone had been killed by a paranormal attack without even breaking a sweat? Stop it, Mr. Sasumi. She's gonna get the wrong idea. Oh, it's amazing. Mio, you're a professional. You think? Totally, you're cool even in the face of death. That's awesome. When you put it like that, I'm not sure how awesome it is. I like these two as friends. They're so cute. Hey, boss. Forensics is calling. I'll go see what they have to say. Sure, thanks. Boss, they found us on the ground a short distance away from the crime scene. Why is that? A ribbon? Yeah, the kind you use to tie up your hair. If you have hair. What? I've seen that ribbon before. You have? Go on then. That's the ribbon that Michio used to wear. What? Doesn't that mean that Michio was here? Are you sure? Definitely. I have the same one at home. We bought them together. That has to be hers. Then, did she come back to life somehow? No. But how? Huh. If I were Michio and I came back to life, where would I go? That's the question. She got her revenge on Jonoichi, but she may have more redemption just out. Is there anyone else she would have had a grudge against? Well, what about the guy who killed her in the collision? She really did come back to life. It's terribly sad that she's spending all her new chance at life like this. Being obsessed with revenge is just a tragic way to live. I think that's everything. I'm afraid that's all we can tell you. Don't worry, you were a big help, thank you. We should start our search for Najima and Mayu Chozawa. Might be worth it to check out Michia's house as well, just in case. Let's use the school as our base of operations. If anything happens, go to one of the offices hanging around here. Got it, thank you and good luck. Well, I'm going to go talk to Mr. Araishi about a way to lift this curse. Alright, boss. I'll get going whenever you're ready. Hey, we're a team now. Isn't that nice? We've become a team. Excellent. Oh, I didn't walk around though. Huh. I might start that again from the beginning to see if I can unlock more paths. Do we want to interview? Do we want to do this? I guess they went to the other place and that's this conversation, so let's continue with that. Here, the Suraishi household. Ma'am, allow me to introduce one of our country's most elite detectives. The name's Junario. I currently call myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. This here is the brilliant Chief Inspector Tsumi, and yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks. This music's really loud, huh? I keep turning it down. Sometimes I really don't know if you're complimenting me or putting me down. So you two are detectives? This is my client, Mrs. Haruhi Shikima. Her father's a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners. A big with Miss Shikima? But boss, you know of this guy? Shit, I've heard the name, but you know I don't keep track of who's who in the upper echelons. There's no need to worry. I'm my own person after all. My father has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, did you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy again this time. Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. It ain't like that. You both seem rather jovial despite being detectives. How rare. I don't know. I mean, out of the three of these, they're all jovial. All the police officers I've met have always been so dull. Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We round up the criminals with a smile. That's our motto. How lovely. Keep it up. Just hold on 1 second. This is the first I'm hearing of that. Well, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. A young and energetic detective, he seems to have a strong sense of justice. But if my son had had the chance to grow older, perhaps he would have become an officer just like him. He really seems like he's got a lot of experience working the streets. Most of the officers I know are the bureaucratic duck stock types. Contrast is rather striking. Sorry guys, I gotta look for bird stickers. I hope you'll excuse me as I look around to see if there's bird stickers. There's not. I thought we might cause trouble standing in the middle of the street like this, but so far we haven't drawn attention. Then again, that might be because nobody wants to get involved with the case. Maybe. Call May, call B. By the way, ma'am, some might seem sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you. And that is? Do you happen to know anything about the 7 mysteries of Honjo? Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly. With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady. If you insist. What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything? I don't know much. I've heard of the 7 mysteries, but this talk of curses eludes me. I didn't mention any curses. Sorry for the intrusion. I guess something I would do with cops is also part of an investigator's job. Not quite. The trio of us used to be comrades, Saul. Comrades? That's right. Richard used to be part of the police force himself. He quite a few years ago to go solo. Is that so? You should give it a try, Ariel. There's more freedom in working as a private investigator. Can't say much for the quality of life, though. It's been 2 years, right? I hadn't heard from you since you quit. I didn't think your business would last, but here you are. I'm sure you don't want to return to the force. We'd beg you back with open arms. What, to sit my ass and watch the birds fly? I'll take a pass. I don't belong in that world. Come on, Richter. We need your talent. The public needs you. Nah, you don't. This is my calling. The police will manage just fine without me. I'll keep trying up your loose ends, saving the little birdies that you abandoned. Damn. They really have beef. Can't believe you were actually part of the police force once. There's a story behind everything, ma'am. I don't regret my time in the force. I wouldn't have the connections I have today without it. Okay. What brings you here, Richard? Are you on a case? That's right, I'm picking up the police's slack. Bird! I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year. Oh, I remember now. You're talking about that Haruhi Shikima from that kidnapping case. Huh? Did I miss something? Don't be an idiot. This was the case when Shigima's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, ma'am? Indeed, the story was suppressed by the news in the end. It was considered a huge failure on the police department's part. Most of the investigation was conducted in secret. And unfortunately, the department is unwilling to reopen the case. Any investigation carried out afterwards turned up nothing at all, which is why now I'm on the job. So they never caught the culprit, huh? That's rough. So your findings have brought you this place then? That's right. An individual connected to the case used to live around here. Used to? That's right. As of last week, they're deceased. We hope to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, so we figured I'd try again. Interesting. There's a bird on the ground. Ha! Damn, there was one here? Lucky. That's number 12, the Royal Kingpin Gwyn. Hell yeah, man. It sure doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like these. If there really was a culprit, it should be our responsibility to bring them to justice. Well, I do consider the police my people. So you consider the blame to be shared. You've got a stern side as well, I see. Come to think of it, I heard some things about the area last night. Something about a strange and conspicuous man dressed in white loitering around. Wait a second. I assumed they were talking about you, investigator. Well, I won't argue that I'm strange and conspicuously dressed in white. As it turns out, I was here last night to conduct my investigation. Did you run into anything strange or out of the ordinary? Out of the ordinary, huh? I guess I did observe a few suspicious characters. You were asking about curses just now. Why would you get public servant to be interested in the occult? Boss, Richard is a smart man. He can help us if we tell him what we know. I can't promise I'll be of any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you gotta say. Something is happening in Honjo, isn't there? Must be something big if you've got you head office guys on it. Well, I guess that's alright. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're about to say, Richter. Huh, so by using curses to commit murders, these people collect soul dregs to perform the rite of resurrection? And these curse stones are somehow connected to the mysteries of Honjo? A tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either. We figured these strange occurrences happening around here recently are connected to these curses. To get the situation under control, we've been searching for the curse bearers to confiscate their curse stones. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Thank you, I'll take another sip of water. Delicious. I gotta hydrate more. Do you have any information that might help us? That's tough. I never expected curses and all other mother jumbo to play into this at all. But if we're talking shady characters, there was a middle-aged fellow I saw on South Warigesui Street. He had an average build. He was anxious, like he was searching for prey. Boss, what do you think? Well, considering the location, it could have been Hideki Araishi. We already got this curse stone. Impressive, you two are working quick. Did you see anything else? Not that I can remember. That's a shame. It sure does look good on the police to be handling cases. Oh, okay. If you see any characters who look like they might be carrying curse stone, it'd be a huge help if let us know. Absolutely, I'll let you know if I find anything. Richter, perhaps you could lay a hand on our case too? There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happens to be your specialty, you know? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. Faith in my clients is what keeps me afloat. I have to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. Are you doing this pose? Give it a try, it's really fun. I see. Can't say that's not fair. What do you need a private investigator for anyway? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. If you see any characters, let me know. Huh? By the way, that reminds me, Richter. Yes? You said the person who used to live here died last week. You wouldn't happen to be referring to Michio Shiraishi, would you? You knew? I thought so. Seems like we're here for the same reason then. Seriously? Michio was involved with curses and magic? Strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking at Yoshimi's case. Yoshimi? Oh right, Hajime Yoshimi's. That's right, he died on the job. I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard. It was a most unfortunate loss. So there's a connection between Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division and Michio. Well, hold on. Let's focus on Michio for a second. Do you think she had something to do with the kidnapping? I lost his voice. Huh, talk about unforeseen developments. Exchanging information will prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in return I want the full scoop on your findings concerning Michio. Sure, to tell you the truth. What? You believe Michio's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Genoichi? So he wasn't just mumbling nonsense? I mean, I love this face. This is new. We haven't confirmed anything yet. But the testimonials we've heard and the evidence we've found point in that direction. Testimony? What's... Oh, cool! You mean from those, psychic high schoolers? Did they also say there was a chance Michio hadn't killed herself? What if it's all true, then? Did she figure something out? Kankichiro Iwai! Huh? Kankichiro Iwai! He'll be the next victim! We have to open the door to the Shirashi's house. Well, you need to look inside. Hey, what's gotten into you? Boss? I'm sure the landlord would give us the key if we ask. Screw that. You know how long that could take? We can ask for permission later. Richter? Hey, Richter, calm down. We can't just... Oh, door's open. You guys want to see something fucked up? Take that, you shitty door. This is how you do it. Yep, it's open. Richter, get a hold of yourself. I see you're still the same as always. Everyone, come quick, look at this. Ah! Whoa, what's up with this room? Boss, there's a dead body in here. Whoa, could that be Michio's dad? Nah, he's her stepdad at best, if that. He's gotta be the body of Kankichiro Iwai. There's no doubt about it. That man's a goner. He's got him real messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I'd say it happened last night. Ario, did you find Junoichi's body in the same state? Now that you mention it, it looks as though Kokei Junoichi had really died from a number of heavy blows. What are you suggesting, investigator? It was Michiro Shiraishi. She's alive! She used the power of the curses to get back at men who ruined her life. That's ridiculous. You're suggesting she actually revived. It's gotta be that. If she's alive, then... My apologies for interrupting. I know we just arrived at an interesting plot point. But you really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? Consider this. What if Michiro Shiraishi never died? Seeing I've come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? Yes. Also, I would like you to answer me a question. Where in Honjo was Michio Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? I can see very well. Congratulations, you are correct. As expected, you got it in one go. Well, the cause of death was such, was it not? You must have noticed some time ago. Let's get back to the story then, shall we? I've taken up enough of your time. Hey guys, I know what happened. Yako is being possessed. It's Yako. What? So you think Michio Shiraishi is alive? Just think it through and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but do you really think that girl could have managed all of this? First of all, Ario, go report this to HQ. Understood, I'll get on it right away. I'm fucked up. I need some Vicodin or something. That's, the mom. I'll start investigating this place. Make sure it isn't lacking in stuff that he's looking at. There's a bunch of photos of the same person pasted all over the wall there. Huh? Whoa, now hold on. These photos! These are all of Fumichika Nejima. Gross! Gross! Sir. Really? Come to think of it, it was in the papers a lot back in the day. Oh, there's even more pasted up over here. Those are all cutouts from newspapers and magazines about the Nejima murders. I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around. Hold on. His name is... Kichiro Iwai. Where is Highway? She mentioned that she mentioned that she knew somebody back in the day who died, and their hand was thrown away. I wonder. Bird time. 1 second. Okay, it's not moving. Do we see any birds? The sliding door leads to the kitchen. It barely fits in the frame. It's off-putting to look at, but I can't help but wonder what in the world this is. They're magic runes they used in Western black magic rituals. Most of the time, they're useless imitations, though I wouldn't be too excited about it. Oh my, who knew the chief inspector was such an expert on the occult? Just chanced upon that information. That girl with the spirit sense we mentioned, she's pretty informed on the subject. Huh. Someone was attempting to perform Western black magic in this place. Pretty absurd if you ask me. Of course, the person in question was dead serious about it all. Black magic. White magic is often classified as a branch of mysticism. But wild magic is a mysticism. It may refer to the likes of witchcraft or astrology. Here it refers specifically to Western black magic. In the Middle Ages, the line between science and magic was blurred, with the pursuit of the supernatural considered a legitimate academic discipline. Astrology was regarded akin to astronomy, while alchemy was accepted as a scientific fact and would eventually evolve into what's known as chemistry. One discipline, however, was considered wicked and shunned: black magic, the practice of using magical knowledge to strike deals with demons. In contrast to the socially acceptable subjects studied by the intelligentsia, black magic was most prolific among the lower classes. It was the common people who suffered most from the ills of the day: war, famine, sickness, which led them to seek aid from unholy powers. As heresy, these rituals and spellworks were nowhere to be found in orthodox modes of teaching, but instead recorded to tomes of dubious credibility. Mockingbirds! I got a new one, it's the penguin. King Penguin. There's nothing around to confirm his identity, but by the looks of him, I'd say he's Kenkichiro Iwai. You've seen him before? I heard he had a criminal record, so I assumed he wouldn't have had a respectable occupation. Is this what a curse does to a person? Ma'am, it'd be better not to look so closely. Huh. It's amazing. This drawer is really old. Chief Inspector, do you mind if I look inside? Huh? I mean, in normal cases, only police would be allowed to touch things, right? Right, everyone's in here, so let me take a look at it. There's just clothes in here. Not much variety either. Can't say they were big spenders. I was hoping to find a talisman or something, but I guess we're not so lucky. I see. Thank you anyway. With the window and storm shutter closed, no light gets in there at all. It's pitch black. The neighbors mentioned they started to keep the house shut like this not long ago. I really thought we would find a bird in here. Looks like the things spread around here have been like this for a while now. This ritual or whatever was something he attempted up to recently. Many of the neighbors mentioned having heard strange monster-like noises coming from here during the night. You think he was the one chanting? Hard to say. Could have been one of the Shirashis as well. If we look through these books in the back, we might learn whatever it is they were trying to do. Okay, that's the floor. Old books. There are a lot of old books scattered everywhere. I wonder what they're about. Many of them are written in a foreign language. English. It'll be a pain to look through all these. Let's save them up for later and look around. Okay. the same man in every picture. Is that Fumachika and Najima? Wow, it's quite a spectacle. I don't think I've ever managed to erase this from my mind. Don't worry, Victor. You're quite that spectacle yourself. Do you mean to compare me with the likes of a bizarre criminal? I'm snoozing the ads so that way I think we're nearly to the stopping point, but I just want to finish investigating the scene. Cruel is what it is. Look at these. Pictures of Fumachika Najima coming up from newspapers and magazines. Whoever put these up was obsessed. Wonder what their intent was. You think the Shiraishis are somehow connected to Najima's case? Perhaps they did this not to forget a grudge or something. It's crazy to think Najima might be involved in all this too. Do you think it might have anything to do with the body here? Maybe. The man's already out on parole. He's a curse bearer with a curse stone now. He announced that from sundown today he'll be going on a killing spree. Oh dear. There's an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's yet managed to get a hold of the bastard. So he hasn't changed his ways. That doesn't bode well. To tell you the truth, the lady here isn't completely got connected from the Najima murders either. You don't say. That's right, we talked about it last night. 20 years ago I found the hand in Sumida River that brought that incident to light. You don't say! You were the kid from back then! You were really brave. You did a great deed. Were you the detective I spoke with? I had no idea. So you two have met before. Fancy that. I've been worried that Fumachika Najima might bear resemblance to you, ma'am. You might be right. Unfortunately, that asshole's quite the resentful type. Oh dear. That asshole. I wonder what put the idea in his head. And now he's got the one-sided read, too. He's threatening to massacre the people of Honjo at sundown. Seriously? On top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all things, the man got and threatened might kill my daughter. Damn, it's quite the threat. Certainly can't afford to stay put here. The fucker wants to get all antsy, and then I finally get arresting him, I'll be a cool head. Not gonna give him the pleasure, huh? Well, if Iwai and Fumachika and Najima have anything to do with each other, then this room might hold a clue to Najima's location. Let's hope so. I got the old books. Got the floor thing. Place is disgusting. Did Michio really live here? Things aren't just cut out for publications. They snapped a number of shots on their own. Must have admired him. Why else would they have collected so many pictures? Whatever's the case, certainly been obsessed. The person who put up these photos must have been obsessed. They might have had some relation to the victims, or perhaps it was the opposite. The opposite? What if it wasn't loathing, but admiration? But then... What'd you say, Chief? Would you let me look through if I wore gloves? Well, it's not like I have any help with foreign languages. Go ahead. Thank you. This seems to be a book on Western black magic. Same rules written here, along with the detailed descriptions of the procedures. I suppose you call these grimoires. It's a bit of nonsense, if you ask me. You think the CY guy was studying them, perhaps to perform some kind of ritual? There are a bunch of handwritten notes beside the grimoires. Whoever it was, they were serious about this. EY doesn't look the type to be into this stuff, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But why would he be studying black magic? According to the materials, this here rune is for the restoration of youth. Perhaps he was trying to become young again. This over here seems to be black magic related to resurrection. Each of these spells requires a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous. Resurrection? Like the rite? I guess no matter what part of the world, people turn to the occult for similar reasons. What else do I need to look at? Old books? Old books. Huh? What is it? This book looks like a journal. It probably was EY's. A journal. His writing is surprisingly thorough. It's almost as if he was writing a report for someone. Oh wow, now this is something. What is it? What did he write? It's quite divine. Let me give you a summary. It says Kankichiro EY fellow. He had been searching for a spell to restore youth for years. So he's into black magic for the start? He believed if he could learn to successfully perform the ritual, he could then use it to earn a fortune. To tell you the truth, it seems he was already getting funded after he acquired this grimoire. You don't say. This is starting to sound kind of familiar. But first, let's find out how he got his hands on this grimoire. It seems that Najima told him where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison. What? That's nearly too much of a coincidence. Likely not a coincidence. It seems that UI took an interest in the Najima murders after it made the news. It won't let me snooze. We're just gonna have to power through it. He admired him rather passionately. You might even say he worshipped the man. Worship? Najima of all people? This was a time when the students were itching to rebel. Anyone who did anything to shake up the world was bound to gather admirers. UI had been collecting these photos ever since that time. And since he just so happened to land in prison at the same time as Najima, he made sure to get in contact. That's a lot. I mean, even having a lead all out like this. Yeah, the thought of Najima being involved with these grimoires is staggering. I don't think that we ever had anything point to that. What's the connection? To be honest, it's a shock to me too. For years, we've been searching our heads over the motives behind the Najima murders. Yep, it's been a mystery to us all from the very start. Whoa, no, wait, not a minute. Do you think... No, wait, are you saying... We'll find out what he's saying after the ad. Is it just gonna keep zooming in? Oh, it stopped. Okay. Alright, we got 3 minutes. I'm gonna take a quick BRB. We're gonna wrap up this last part and then we'll grade out. So everybody take a quick BRB. See you in a sec. I'm back. I did some stretches. I've been reading this new manga, called, let's see, Got Dropped in a Ghost Story, Still Gotta Work. This bike basically, in this story, gets dragged into the SCP Foundation universe. And he's a huge coward, though. He can't stand seeing anything scary or hearing it. But he winds up becoming really, like, as people think he's really good at his job because he focuses on, like, speed running it so he can get out as soon as possible because he's so scared. But he doesn't show it on his face, so everybody's just like, what are you saying? You're so good at your job. But he's actually scared shitless. It's great. You should check that out, guys. That's my recommendation for today. Alright, let's find out what he's saying. That's right. The murders might have been for a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic. The instructions written down for the sacrificial offering match up exactly with the acts carried out by Najima. You've got to be kidding me. So that sadistic crap he was doing was all for black magic? That's what the evidence suggests. However, Najima tried to use some type of resurrection ritual, but EY had different motives. Chief Inspector, you might think it's all stuff of fantasy, but that doesn't refute that Najima and EY were both acting in earnest. This is batshit insane. You're telling me that nutjob did all this for some hokey-pokey resurrection? Shit, resurrection! That means there must have been someone Najima wanted to bring back to life. Damn, that's it! That has to be it! Fucking hell, it all makes sense now! What? What is it? So about the Najima murders, there's some information that's been kept from the public. Go on. When we broke into his house and arrested him, we also found a baby. A baby? It was a girl, looked to be about 6 months old, but she was covered in filth. She looked so weak and sickly. We called the medics right away. If we were a second later, I think the girl would have died. So was Najima the father? He told us he found her under a bridge. He found her? She was abandoned? I've heard of parents starting to leave their child under a bridge as a threat, but to think it really happens. I suppose there are cases with the dead newborns found stuff in coin lockers, so it's not without precedent. Whatever the case, they never found out the truth. But there's one rumor from back then that I could never get out of my mind. And it's starting to sound more likely now? Well, I'm sure this isn't the first time you've heard of it. More image believers, many believe Najima's guilty of more crimes than what got him convicted. Back then, a lot of girls were missing. Yeah, I remember all that. Among the high school girls that might have been murdered, or maybe I should say sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant. Oh, goodness. That's horrific. He killed her and dismembered her body. And we thought maybe the baby we found is what he pulled out from inside of her. Don't misunderstand me. This is all speculation on top of more speculation here. But I, for one, never believed that a man would just take in a baby he found on the bridge. I'm feeling sick. Stay strong, ma'am. I know this is hard here. Also, you shouldn't be here. It's a crime scene. Like I said, I don't take that to be the full truth. We were running on speculation back then. Now this whole resurrection magic has come into play. We should consider the possibility that it was his child. That maybe he was trying to revive whoever the mother might have been. It's just a theory, but my life would be a tad easier if it was true. That's an interesting thought. If there's anyone Najima would want to resurrect, a deceased wife is as good as any. The fact that he's obtained a curse stone suggests he has an interest in the rite of resurrection. Damn, you're right. And he was thinking that he's only after the curse's power to massacre. Chief Inspector? Yeah? What happened to the child? Without a birth registration on file, best we could do is find the girl some suitable foster parents. It was decided to keep the circumstances secret for the sake of the child's future. Well, I'm glad she was taken care of. Who is it? Who is it? Is it Yoko? Is it Mayu? Oh! Is his daughter... Oh, wait, hold on. Is his daughter the adopted baby? Maybe that's it. Don't mean to derail the conversation, but there's still more written in EY's journal. We know EY had managed to obtain the grimoire thanks to advice he got from his idol, Najima, while in prison. After conducting research and gathering more information, he determined he had a chance to get rich quick. Right, he thought he could make some mad money if he could successfully use rejuvenation magic. Correct. Turns out someone gave him the idea. And get this. It was the one and only queen and chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps herself, Natsue Yamamori. Wait, the chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps? so that's where this leads. Here, let me read what he wrote. The Queen of Hihaku has a strange fear of growing old. Her fear of death is even worse, and if she does die, she wishes to be revived, and she will spend whatever it takes to preserve her beauty. Magic, rituals, and rites, she'll use whatever means necessary. Her tenacity is unbelievable. She was apparently investing money into research on resurrection, the restoration of life, and the like. So she will even throw her money at the occult. The places greed will take you. Well, then that brings us to Hideki Araishi. She presumably funded his research into the rite of resurrection as well. That's what this all points towards. I wouldn't be surprised if the Witch of the Haikaiku pronounced the rumors of the rite of resurrection. I'm starting to sound likely. It might also be why she's spreading the rumor about having godly powers. It's a convenient cover for if she becomes young again. Godly powers? What's that all about? You can ignore that. Either way, I think UI took the payments he was getting for his research to seduce the family into taking him in to keep a low profile. The Shiraishi family, Michio and her mother, Toshiko, were just as unlucky marks. And this is where you get involved. Are you feeling steady, ma'am? Huh? This has something to do with me? Are you saying that... No, you can't mean. You've realized then. Perhaps... a child. That's exactly it. Why moved in with the Shiraishis to practice his magic. He needed a sacrifice to perform his youth restoring spell, but that meant extracting the life force from someone young. Oh no, of course. That awful man! So it was Iwai. This man! Iwai worshipped Najima, so he must have also despised Najima's detractors. Not to mention he was captured and sent to jail once before. Surely had a bone to pick with the police. So when he realized he had the chance to both avenge Najima, embarrass the police, and acquire a living sacrifice at the same time... Fuck! You got it! Iwai kidnapped Haruo Shikima's son and managed to score the 3 birds with 1 stone. That's insane, actually, the connections that are happening. Oh, wow. Is she okay? No, she's not. You're telling me then that this horrid man, he never had the intention of returning my child? I thought there might have been a reason why the kidnapper seemed to be mocking the police. He never wanted money. His aim was to humiliate the force. It all makes sense. He must have used Michio to lower your boy's defenses, and they kidnapped him on his way back home. That man, he took Suichi? Ma'am, please calm down. I understand, but you must remember to breathe. You don't understand. You have absolutely no idea what I'm going through. This isn't a joke. I would expect the police to understand. You'll never understand. Living sacrifices, what a stupid, stupid idea from a stupid little man. Okay, ma'am, let's just take a moment to breathe. Why don't we get some fresh air? I can't believe this. This is... Oh. This poor woman. Chief, I think it's best if we take our leave. Before we go, there's one more important piece of information noted in his journal. Oh? Iwai got in contact with Najima last year after Najima was released on parole. He provided him with accommodation and financial support. Is that so? He managed to find a hideout for Najima to stay in. Damn it. And anything, rather than use his money to support the Shiraishis, it seems that most went to Najima instead. If Najima's lurking around anywhere at the moment, it's probably in that hideout. Did he say it right where it was? Unfortunately, no, not that I can tell. But it seems Michio knew where it was. So, never met with Najima in person, but she was made to go in and clean up, among other things. What good is that information? The girl's already dead. Wait, no, she's alive. That's right, Michio Shiraishi is alive. If you can find her and get her to talk, you can get her to spill the beans on this hideout too. Investigator, I'm asking you. I should be going. Lay's not well. Damn. We learned a lot. Ario? Wow. Damn, this is a huge message. Toshiko kills Shuichi in his sleep, but the spell failed, for which oh wow, that's a lot of information we didn't have. After Hihaku offered great sums, he set his mind to sacrificing a child. He chose Shuichi. He attempted to enlist Michio, and when she resisted... When Michio's assistance, he kidnapped Shuichi and told the young and courageous boy that he killed Michio if he tried a gun. While his actions were motivated by a personal grudge, it was first and foremost an attempt to create a societal uproar. So Kenkichiro planned the crime as a regular kidnapping, demanding a ransom. Because of the embargo on the press, the kidnapping did not cause a public outcry akin to that of the Dejima murders. Infuriated, he had Tochiko perform the sacrifice. But if she threatened to kill Michio if she refused, Tochiko killed Shuichi, but the spell failed. Warning Michio to keep silent about the murder, Kenshiro trapped the boy's body in a nearby river. It was found a week later. Although Kenkichiro performed no further sacrifices, his devotion to black magic only increased. Tochiko and Michio spent their days consumed by guilt, forced to continue serving Kenkichiro until the day they died. Oh, so their mom is dead too. Interesting. Wanna talk about it? No? That's fair. Are you feeling better now that we've gotten some fresh air, man? I'm fine. Suddenly finding out who the kidnapper was really made me lose my wits. We managed to solve the kidnapping case by pure luck here. You're right, Richter? I feel grateful towards Michio. Because she killed the kidnapper? There's that too. But it's for something else. If Michio is the one killing all these people, then she must have acquired quite a sizable amount by now. Soul drugs, I mean. Hey, Richter. Whether the kidnapper's dead or alive, it doesn't mean a thing. Revenge won't bring my boy back. Dejima is planning to cause a massacre and collect soul dregs, then all the better. I won't give up on resurrection. Oh boy. So I'm counting on you. Oh. Wow. Okay. That was a crazy one, actually. A lot happened. We're gonna have to leave it for here. We are approaching nightfall. It's over here, I think. But for now, we're gonna save. Man, it's really been 2 months since I played this almost. We're gonna go back to the title. This game is great. I'm so glad there's a sequel that we can play at some point, like soon-ish. Probably gonna take a break in between games, but I'm excited to figure out where he is and like solve this murder. Thank you all for coming by today. I unfortunately have to go to sleep soon. So I have to get ready for bed and all that. I got work tomorrow. We play some music while we find someone to raid. I'm very glad to be back. My sinuses decided to calm down enough that I could stream finally. Do I sound great? No. Do I sound okay? I sound like I sound, and that's alright. I will be back tomorrow. It says that I'm unstable. My bitrate's too high. What's wrong with my bitrate? Average stream bitrate too high. I've never seen that message before. I'm gonna have to figure that out. My bitrate's 6,000. Is that bad? Eh? I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the average bitrate is mad at me. Weird. I'll figure that out later. I hope the stream looked okay. I upped the bitrate because I thought it would look better. But now the computer's yelling at me. We're gonna raid on to Vera. Vera is playing Pal World with Billy. and someone else I don't know who is a Sonic looker. Like a Sonic looking VTuber, so that's cool. So we're gonna go raid Vera. Everyone say hello, say hi to my friend Billy. I'm very excited to go see what they're up to. Say hi to Vera. Vera's really cool. The other friend. I don't know who their last friend is, but very cool. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you all tomorrow for more Paranormasight. Mysteries of Hanjo. We gotta finish this one. It's so good. I'm so curious as to what's gonna happen next, because it's getting crazy. But that's all. Good night!
For a base.
Whoa.
Like, obviously it's the beginning, but the beginning inside the cool ruins? Kinda neat. Forest! Welcome in.